3 in a row Connacht titles.
Essentially, this is the Mayo team that hammered Galway at Pearse Stadium on May 19th last. The one major difference is the absence of centre-forward Cillian O'Connor, who's out injured. His place goes to Richie Feeney, while Kevin McLaughlin and Cathal Carolan remain on the wings. No starting place yet for Andy Moran, but Alan Dillon is on the first 15, alongside Enda Varley and Alan Freeman in the full forward line. There are two championship debutants on the Roscommon team, goalkeeper Darren O'Malley and left half-back Conor Daly. It's a big, strong Rossi centre-field combination with 6'3" Kevin Higgins joining 6'5" Michael Finneran. Donny Shine is out injured, so St. Bridget's Senan Kilbride is at the edge of the square, with Donny Smith and David O'Gara in the corners. Michael Finneran, easily cut out on this occasion by Keith Higgins, skipping away from the challenge of Conor Devaney, laying it off for Seamus O'Shea, using the long ball. Richie Feeney coming forward. Alan Freeman is available in the centre. Oh, great defending by Niall Daly. The centre half back, student in University College Cork, a man that indeed Billy Morgan has great time for down on the Mardyke. Just a touch out for a 45. David Clark drops this a little bit short. There's a touch, comes off the crossbar.
Yeah, badly hit actually by David Clark. He'd be disappointed with that, but wonderful anticipation by Dillon, and lucky enough Roscommon were at that time that the ball came off the crossbar.
Get afford a little wry smile there. Low ball in towards Donny Smith. Lee Keegan. Seamus O'Shea. Up far is Kevin McLaughlin. Alan Freeman goes right. McLaughlin cuts into the centre, and that is over the bar. Mayo do look dangerous once they break past the midfield.
Yeah, and significantly, Seamus O'Shea was involved in that opening score for Mayo.
Coming through the centre is Donald Vaughan. Remember his 1-1 against Galway. He's got the point here. Good play by the centre half back, and he too can afford a smile as he gets the compliments from Richie Feeney. Ball breaks into the centre. Getting on an awful lot of ball in the early stages is David Keenan. Won the Sigerson Cup medal with DCU earlier this year. Lays it off as Michael Finneran. Carl Mannion. Nice scale. What about the finish? The umpires are going for the flag.
Yeah, very well worked score, Marty. I think Michael Finner was involved in it, but it's the dummy that time. Beautiful sidestep by Carl Mannion that was significant there. But once again, I must compliment David Keenan and his work involved in that.
Keith Higgins goes forward from left corner back. He could play anywhere. He's heading towards the 13. It's a wonderful solo effort, which results in Keith Higgins' first point in the Connacht Championship. Michael Flatley couldn't have done better here in Riverdance. Look at this. And then with the left foot, kicked a wonderful score. Donny Smith. Conor Devaney on the overlap, Cathal Craig. Trying to lay it back. First Kilbride. Coming forward is Kevin Higgins. In a little bit of space. It's good. It's quite good out of Kevin Higgins.
Higgins was in the position, just took the opportunity very well and shot a good long distance point.
Cathal Craig getting by the initial challenge. Flicking inside for his David O'Gara, on for his Conor Devaney. Going through the centre. That's a really good score by Roscommon. Patient build-up that started inside their own half of the field, involved 4 different footballers before it ended with Conor Devaney scoring from here. Seamus O'Shea. Enda Varley. Seamus O'Shea is available again. Nobody really running through the middle. The diagonal ball means that Richie Feeney has to go back just a little bit. Floats this one in and floats it over the crossbar. Really good play by Mayo. Very controlled. Kick out by Darren O'Malley. Comes to Donald Vaughan. Keith Higgins, Ballyhonus man. To Richie Feeney. Into Varley. Going for the points and getting it. This is a really good score by Enda Varley from way out the field. At half-time, there's 9 points of a difference as we start the second half. Kevin McLaughlin, who's 1-2 with Aidan O'Shea, could result in another score at the start of the second half. Well, no, that was easy. It means that Aidan O'Shea joins 5 forwards and 3 defenders on the scoring stakes.
That's far too easy, it must be said. Marty catching the kick out, playing a simple 1-2, nobody coming in to try and stop him.
Cathal Carolyn comes forward. Alan Dillon sniffing around another score. There's nobody immediately coming through on the outside. Colin Boyle is available, and Colin Boyle sends it over the bar for his second point of the game. Really good footballer, Colin Boyle. Alan Dillon. Andy Moran. Gone forward is Colin Boyle. Backfires Andy Moran. Will he try for a point from there? Yes, he will. He continues on the form he produced when introduced in the latter stages of the game against Galway.
That beautifully struck off the outside of his foot from a difficult angle.
Great catch by Carl Mannion. Working hard is Cathal Shine. Getting there on this occasion ahead of Tom Caniff. Pretty good effort. It sails between the posts. Full credit to Enda Smith. He hit it well and with assertiveness. Backfires Boyle again. This intended pass for Seamus O'Shea cut out on this occasion. Good layoff fires Enda Smith, and that is over the bar. That's a good play by Enda Smith. Alan Freeman, even when he starts behind his marker, seems to get there first. Donald Vaughan available as Richie Feeney. Feeney, good save. Really good goalkeeping. It's not, the danger not gone yet. There's another chance and it's gone flying over the crossbar. But 10 out of 10 for Darren O'Malley. Darren Cohen will give credit for the point. But this is brave goalkeeping. Onto the boot of Richie Feeney. Feeney gave it back outside. Donald Vaughan fires Darren Cohen and it flew over the crossbar. Referee blows the full-time whistle right on the stroke of 71 minutes. Roscommon go back to the drawing board and head to the losers in round 2 of the qualifiers on the 13th of July. But overall, Mayo masterful in every sector of the field. Full-time score here in McHale Park. Mayo 21 points, Roscommon 9.
You know, we play what's in front of us, and all we're looking at is keep winning games. So your preparation has to be right for that, and you know, the more competitive games and the closer and tougher games you play, obviously that's your ideal preparation. But look, we'll keep playing and keep trying to beat who's put in front of us, and you know, we'll get ready for a Connacht final now and hopefully do that again. I'm
disappointed, of course, but Roscommon, we've put in a big effort, and we're only 6 months into it. You know, it's a journey we're on rather than a destination. They're hurting badly. They'll pick themselves up, and we'll go back and we'll see if we can put the effort that we didn't or weren't able to continue to do today, we'll put it into the qualifiers.
All right, so while the Rossies head for the qualifiers, Mayo and now await the winners of Leitrim or London in the Connacht final. That's on the 21st of July. Well, Ryan McMenamin, Mayo fans will be delighted to hear you actually tipped Mayo to win the All-Ireland before the championship began.
I did, yeah. Surprisingly, no. I was going back probably to the All-Ireland final defeat against Donegal. Like, I actually thought they did play very well, and they did have a system that they got up, and it did test Donegal, and maybe with the two lucky goals maybe Donegal got at the time, but you have to be there to take them.
They were good goals.
They were good
fairness,
goals.
Yeah.
Well, Murphy's in the second goal was
rebound,
head off the post a bit. But at the same, I've been impressed with the way that they've come up at this like at the start of this championship, like they've started well, and as I think as James Horn says, that they only can beat what's out there, and they've played 2 games there, like, and they've totally annihilated the teams, and they've been totally professionalism, and I think James Horn, he's brought a bit of a steeliness about them and a professional attitude around the squad, and you've only seen today that they scored 21 points, and usually teams around. Usually any of the critics of Mayo, like, they're always saying that they can't score, but for the last couple of games that they have been pulling up the numbers, and defensively they've been very, very good as well.
You're also a big fan, Kieran, aren't you?
I am, Des. You know, the 3rd year into their development, and you know they have all the key attributes of an All-Ireland winning team. There's no doubt about it. They have a very settled defence. They come out with the ball very well. Their tackle is very disciplined. They have a powerful midfield unit, and you know, people talk a lot about marquee forwards, that they don't have a marquee forward, but different guys are popping up on different days, and there's a huge spread of scores today. 12 people, and their half-backs are attacking, the midfielders are getting scores from everywhere around the field, and they were missing the likes of Michael Conroy, Jason Doherty, Andy Moran only came on, Barry Moran only came on. So you know, they have huge. Killian O'Connor out injured now. He might be more long term, but they have huge strength and depth, and they have all the key attributes, and they're building and they're improving all the time. And today was another fantastic performance by them. All
right, and lots of praise for their scoring, but take us through their defence, because they don't always get credit, and you're very impressed with that.
No, obviously we know Donny Buckley has come in, and if you look at the template for success over the last 10 years, this man started beside me in 2003 under Mickey Hart, and Dublin have done this, Donegal have done this, but their tackling is very disciplined. It's wide hands, stand up, don't let the referee think about giving a free. They stay patient, they get goal side. You know, Kevin McLaughlin back there working all the time. Now, this was I thought it was a harsh free. I think this is personally is a free out, but it's one attribute of the game where we've seen all the All-Ireland winners being able to implement very, very effectively, and I think it's been a key significant thing in their game this year with the introduction of Donny Buckley. I'd say they've done a lot of work on the tackle, and defensively they just make it very difficult. They push the opposition out the field, turn over ball, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Does it require a lot of fitness, Ryan?
It doesn't. Like, if you're switched on, and if you're if you're disciplined, because I'd say Donny Buckley has them in tackling, and as long as any time that we're always taught, you don't want to be fouling in front of the D, and you watch all them there tackling there, like with the Mayo, they're wide arms or whatever, and they're pushing the player out all the time, and they're asking questions of the man on the ball, because the man on the ball, he's only 3.
It's forcing attackers to kick from distance and not give them a simple free, and like Dublin were very effective at it 2 years ago. Donegal were very effective at it last year, and it's the little improvement that they've had to build into the game.
And if we were to contrast the Mayo defending with the Roscommon defending?
Well, Des, listen, Roscommon were appalling today. You know, the least you expect is a bit of, you know, spirit and fight, and they just didn't turn up. Look at, like, Keith Higgins wanders through here, goes by 5 guys and another 3 coming. Like, to get a ball 50 yards out and go by 8 defenders and pop over score is simply...
Good score, in fairness.
It is a good score, but simply just not good enough. Here's Colin Boyle again, 3 defenders in front of him. You know, really, should he get through there? And they're in cuckoo land. I think they... Look, he just zips by them and over the bar. And there's been a lot of positivity coming out of Roscommon. Things were fresh. You know, it was a new management team, new challenge. Here we have the full back line. You'll see them turn around and have a look at each other. 2, 3 and 4. Look, there they are, nearly having a chat. And, you know, all the time, it's just poor. They never got near the man. They never got a tackle in. Colin Boyle pops up again. It was terrible stuff. I thought Roscommon's performance today was very, very poor. I know John Evans might say they're on a journey, but you would expect a bounce out of a new management team. They didn't have the fighting spirit. They threw in the towel early doors. The least you expect from your team is to fight to the very end. And it was 21 points to 9. It could have been 26 to 7 or 8 points. It was a mismatch.
All right, then, the Man of the Match awards, then, nominees from Mayo, I presume.
Yeah, the three nominees are from Mayo. I thought Seamus O'Shea had a powerful game in the middle. He's developed a good partnership in the absence of Andy Moran. Alan Freeman, a confidence player, got into the game early, plucked a great ball out of the sky and got a great score, but he was dangerous, took his frees as well. And Keith Higgins, who's, you know, their leader in the defence and a great man, coming forward and supporting them, getting out of the defence.
All right, then, and who gets the award?
The winner was Seamus O'Shea. I thought he was the powerhouse in the middle, and he gave them the platform. He was a deserved winner, man of the match today.
OK, well done to Seamus. Let's hear then from the man from Briefy.
Seamus, there seems to be so much work rate going in around that middle of the field and so much mopping up of balls. Yeah, I think I just had a quick look at the stats there. I think we actually lost a few of the breaks there today. We didn't do too well. That's something we'd have to work on. But look, we got the result anyway. That's the most important thing.
That seemed to be more an initial thing. I think you seem to come to terms.
Yeah, that's true. I think for the first 10 or 15 minutes, Roscommon came at us, in fairness to them, and they mopped up a lot of ball. And I think, you know, we kind of came to terms with it as the game went on. We got a small bit sloppy again towards the end, but you know, we got over the line anyway.
You more than got over the line, and well done. You were the Aircom RT man of the match, and Jimmy Dean from Aircom is here to give you with your award.
Well done to Seamus. And Ryan, my good friend Tony Davis, who often sits in this chair, has texted in and asked me to ask you, do you recognise any of the rafters in the roof? He says, because you've been hung out to dry on them often enough as the season went on over the last 10 years. Anyway, next we turn our attention to Ryan's own patch, Ulster, and the